It was nearly 3 in the morning when we got back to the dormitory. Doc Young flopped straight onto his bed and fell asleep at once. Augie stared at the comb for a long while before tucking it safely into his pocket. Xiaopeng and I said nothing, just took off our shoes and climbed into bed. I woke up early the next morning, bursting for the toilet. I opened my eyes to find Agie's bed empty. The window was wide open, the wind whipping the curtains back and forth with a loud rustle. I leant over to look down. Diego was wandering slowly across the empty playground, head bowed, clutching the comb tightly in his hand. It was just past 6, barely dawn. Not a soul stirred on the playground except him. I called out to him, but he never turned around. By the time I'd washed and dressed, Aji was back in the dormitory. His face was smudged with black river mud, and his trouser hems were soaked right through. "Where have you been?" Xiaopeng asked. "Nowhere." Aji's voice was hoarse and hollow. He pulled the redwood comb out of his pocket and set it on the table, his eyes fixed and vacant. His comb so beautiful. Doc Young was woken up by the noise, rubbing his eyes as he sat up. "When are we going to sell?" "We're not selling." Augie hugged the comb to his chest. "It's mine now." Doc Young grumbled about him being unfair and lay back down to sleep. We had paid that afternoon, with free time at the end. Out of nowhere, Aji suddenly bolted straight for the mall. The three of us chased after him at once. When we reached the river, he was standing waist deep in the water, still gripping the comb, muttering over and over, "Comb my hair, comb my hair." It was late autumn, and the water was icy cold. We hauled him back onto the bank. He was shaking all over. His lips blue with cold, yet he kept smiling eerily. "There's a lady in the water. She says my hair's lovely." We took him back to the dormitory to change, but he refused stubbornly, just sat on his bed hugging the comb, staring blankly into space, ignoring anyone who spoke to him.